there is.
The time is 5:03, and I'd like to call the regular school board meeting to order. Lisa, could we have a roll call, please?
Director Seaver? Here. Director Rice? Here. Director Crowdy Simon? Director Sauter? Here. Director Lappy? Here. Board Chair Rama?
Here.
And Superintendent Allen?
Here. Okay, meeting is called to order. We have a quorum. Moving to the next item, public comment. First item is an update from Ms. Teresa Allen for the robotics team.
Can I sit here, is that okay?
Yeah,
All right, I have a video to show you, and so I'll try to forward that to you probably in the morning. We do have a Chisholm team officially for robotics. Our number is 8836. So first is the overarching program, it's FIRST, which is for inspiration and recognition of science and technology, which is a robotics community that prepares young people for the future through a suite of inclusive team-based robotics programs for ages 4 through 18. Chisholm is going to go ahead and do the 14 through 18-year-old program, which is the first robotics competition. But maybe in the future, we can even look into those younger grades getting into the Legos. Why I'm choosing first as a teacher, coach, and parent is because of their emphasis in sportsmanship. Friendly sportsmanship, the respect for the contribution of others, their teamwork, learning, the way they build their community involvement, because there is community involvement. The team will be expected to interact with our community. And it helps to foster, cultivate, and preserve a culture of equity and diversity and inclusion. They go through the philosophies of gracious professionalism, and they will be training the team on gracious professionalism and cooperatitions, which is a trademark word. Basically, when we get there, we're gonna have other teams that interact with us, share ideas with us. Even though we're competing with each other, we're cooperating as we compete. Their core values for FIRST are discovery, innovation, impact, inclusion, teamwork, and of course, fun. And when you get to see the video, it's incredible. It's a huge sports arena. They'll have it, our competition will be down at the deck in Duluth. And it's amazing. They have a full setup. This year, we are being sponsored overall by Boeing and Amazon. And all the hints that they're giving us has to do with delivery and speed. So packaging, delivery, and speed. And so that's kind of neat. The best thing for our students, and I didn't know this, they did a hardcore 6-year study on the students that participated in FIRST Robotics. This is an international program. All of the students that participated in FIRST compared to their peers were 1.5 to 2.5 times more likely to show gains in STEM interest, knowledge, activity, career interest, and identity. I could definitely go on and on about all the different things that I've been learning, but I will include the websites that you can visit if you're interested and curious to see some extra videos. FIRST Upper Midwest is the one that we're gonna belong to, and FIRST Inspires is the overarching international one. And if you're interested in being a volunteer, a mentor, or a visiting expert, just let me know, and we'll bring you in during one of our times where we're working on stuff. So, Chisholm Blue Streaks are gonna go places. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you. Any questions for Mrs. Allen?
What grades was this? Ages.
So, the one that we're doing is robotics competition, so it's actually up to a 6-foot-high, 350-pound machine. And so this is senior high. This is gonna be, they want 14-year-olds up to 18. But there are other divisions that deal with like robotics with Legos, and those ones are for little ones. So all the way from ages 4, preschool, pre-K to 12, they do have programs.
Well, that's terrific. Thank you for making strides with our kids. I really do appreciate that.
And I do have 9 kids signed up so far,
Okay,
so,
It's very nice.
looking for more?
of course.
Thank you, Teresa, appreciate it. Okay, next is Carol Wald, new auditorium acoustical shells.
I got 2 quotes for you guys. Yeah. Jack. She'll see.
Is this behind the risers? This is what this is talking about here? Like for choir concerts and stuff like that?
Yeah, and then the band is on the back,
Yeah,
goes over in the band with the acoustics here, yeah. There's 2 different styles. There's one that's totally flat and then the one that has a little bit of sticking out wheel.
yeah. Oh, I see that, yeah.
I haven't gotten the quote yet on the basic one from Wagner yet, because they have a similar one with the wheels. I haven't got received a quote yet for them. From the same company, I don't know.
Is this replacing something or is this something
We
that,
have very old ones back there. It would be nice to have ones that were all the way down to make our sound project better. Because if you have the band or the drummers and all that back there, there's that big space. It would be nice to know that we have a new sound system, project our nice new sound system out. It's very difficult to put those up. Cindy Rice knows this.
not saying a word?
I mean, basically you use a ladder and a broom to put ours up. Yeah.
I never used a ladder,
Well,
and I did use a.
I'm not as tall and strong probably as you were, but that's what I use.
The biggest problem was moving them.
Yeah.
You had to take them from the back, and they weren't on wheels.
No, that's only
You
if
had
it's on
to-
wheels.
Make sure if you came over a crack, you were careful to get it over right, so it didn't tip over. They're very difficult, the ones that they have.
And in the back too, they have, the legs just stick out about this far, tripping hazard in the back for all of our drummers, and it would be nice to have an upgrade.
So transporting these as opposed to what we have, is there a
You
difficulty
can't
with
transport the ones
those?
we have.
Huh?
You can't
Transport them, what do you mean?
I mean, if you have to move them,
Well, these are all on wheels.
everything's on wheels.
These take about a half of a morning to set up. These ones, all you do is bam, push it up and roll them up and they're done.
Oh,
These ones have, the old ones we have now is there's one, you got one and then you have to have a center divider. So it's multiple pieces
Okay,
that you have to use.
yeah, you have to they all go, you don't butt them up, they're about this far apart.
Yeah.
And then you have to take the middle one and flip the top so it flips up, and then you have to make sure the hooks
Holes.
get into the holes up above. So it's like this.
and these are not,
Obviously, I can't do
you don't have to do that with these.
No, you just take the rod that they, they spread the rod, you just go in
Yeah.
the front, you pop it up as high as you would like to, you go in the back, you crank it to your position, snap, you're done.
Okay,
Yeah, that there's a reason there is.
I did forward this to Luke at Ingenza as well. So-
Yes, and I did talk to Alex, I have a very little supply of money for the auditorium. So this nowhere near came to covering anything that I would have for any spending. It was on our wish list for Frida's and Lubavitch, when we got the new sound system. And I don't know where it went from there, but Wagner is the one that they recommend, but you know, it's up to you guys.
It-
on what you
there-
choose.
This is one of those, community foundation, did you think about putting in a grant?
Okay, I did try for this years ago. And I was turned down by our last superintendent. She would not sign it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I never saw it,
I did present, I had other quotes, and other things, and she would not sign it.
okay. Well, again, improvements are always nice to have,
Yeah, and I do
So,
understand this, yeah.
and Adrian's working with Ingenza on this, so we can see what we can do for you.
Okay, thank you. Anything
Anytime.
else?
I do think you should try to put in a grant.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
I do, I
Okay.
I can't, say, oh yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
to, but I'm just saying that this is one of the things that the community foundation loves to help with.
Okay.
There's, other funds and you do matching, working with Ingenza, that's one of the things that the community foundation loves to improve our
okay,
district, so,
I will get that.
yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
Thank you, Carol. Any guests or visitors who wish to address the board? None. Okay, item 4 is to approve the agenda. Multiple changes to the agenda. Okay, let's see if I can get them all right. Okay, under personnel, item B is a motion to approve the hiring of Lynette Colbersh as student council advisor effective November 4th, 2021. Item C, motion to accept the resignation of Chantel McGlenow as 30-hour per week Hibbing, 10-hour per week Chisholm Indian homeschool liaison effective November 4th, 2021. Item D, a motion to approve the posting of job number 178, Indian homeschool liaison effective November 4th, 2021. Item E, a motion to approve the job posting number 179, internal, external, temporary high school afternoon custodian effective November 9th, 2021. And item F, a motion to approve the hiring of Andrew Jurgovich as volunteer 7th and 8th grade boys basketball coach effective November 6th, 2021. Then, okay, let me just make sure I got everything right here. Okay, business is good. That's good.
Action agenda.
There's
an action agenda. You have one more action agenda item that's all under personnel.
Oh. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, and then also under the action portion, item B, under business, is a motion to adopt resolution regarding the memorandum of understanding between Independent School District number 695 and its licensed teachers to waive the requirements for staff development contained in Minnesota Statute 122A.61. And I believe Yes, and under business, holy mackerel. A motion to approve the dental rates of $39.30 for single and $92.20 for family with Northern Minnesota Dental effective January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. I think that's it. I believe it is. Okay.
Information.
Oh, that's already on here though.
Okay,
On the
we got
original.
it.
Okay, we're good.
Okay,
Okay. So I'm entertaining a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So made.
Motion is by Clarice, support by Cindy. Any comments or questions after all that? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Item 5, a motion to approve the minutes of the October 25th, 2021 regular meeting. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion by Shelley, is there support?
Support.
Support by Danielle. Comments or questions on the minutes? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to reports, the superintendent's report, Adrian.
we have made and extended an offer to an HR director, and we are waiting for confirmation on that. So we should be hearing about that in the very near future. Annually, school districts are required to have a World's Best Workforce open board meeting, and it can just follow a regular meeting. I'm proposing December 6th, if we could do that following our regular scheduled meeting, that'd be great.
After the truth and taxation, have that at 6 o'clock.
Whatever works. If not, it can go the following meeting as well.
Why don't we just do the following meeting, and
Okay.
we won't
So the
mess up the.
20th,
Is it 20th?
We only have one meeting in December.
we don't have one on the 20th.
So we'll have to do it following on the 6th then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
We'll do it on the 6th after,
Either before or after, depending how long a regular board meeting lasts. Because we have to have the truth and taxation meetings at 6
yeah,
o'clock.
so let's have it after truth and taxation. That's
perfect.
what we'll do. That's the 8th.
December
December
6th.
I think.
Okay. And it's just sharing the document with the public. We had a community meeting about it with a number of folks across a number of different categories that joined us and helped craft it. And it's just giving the board and folks an update on where we're at with that.
December 6th is the first Monday of the month though.
Hmm.
So it'd be December 13th,
13th.
just double checking.
So our truth and taxation is the 13th.
Yeah, everything's on the 13th,
Yeah.
that's our only school board meeting.
Okay,
Okay.
very good. Thank you.
Okay, so it's December 13th after truth and taxation.
Correct. Every 5 years, you have to put a survey out to students regarding sports and activities and athletics. We recently did a survey with our students, and one of the things that was a surveyed item was what kind of interest there would be in esports. And esports is competitive gaming, and it's basically teamwork in gaming is, in a nutshell, how I could explain it best. We expected 6, 8, 9, 10 students to possibly show interest, and we asked only if they were interested to fill out the survey. And this was 7th through 12th grade. And we had 83 people fill it out saying that they were interested. So
Go figure.
if you haven't heard of or know anything about esports, it's the fastest growing sports in the world. Their last large event had more viewership than the Super Bowl. And there's TV channels regarding this, YouTube channels, Twitch, all sorts of different social media angles on this. our kids are really excited and interested about doing this. It would be a large upfront investment if we choose to end up going to move this forward. But there's a easier way to start as more of a club or an intramural where we could do something similar but on a smaller scale. And we do have someone who's interested in facilitating it. We have a budget that I want to say is right around on either side of $4,000 that we could do this. We have a room that is open and available, and you happened to be there one day when one of the students stopped in and chatted about it. It's kind of exciting stuff, and when I was at a meeting, Roy Smith sat next to me a while back, and I told him we're looking at some of these things like robotics and technology and some different ways that we can move some of this forward, and he said, I just got back from North Carolina, have you heard of esports? And I just chuckled because I'm like, yeah, we just surveyed our kids, wait till you see what this numbers turned out to be. So I think it's something worthy that we should explore and maybe dip our toe in the water on a small scale, see if we can grow it into something more. It would align too with the robotics and the informational technology, IT, career and tech ed as well. And so I think we're gonna try to pull this off sometime in the very near future. So
Great.
This year?
hopeful. The problem is supply chain, getting things right now is difficult, so we're kind of seeing if we can do this more on a shoestring. And there's some people that were interested in donating some of their equipment and maybe just try this on a small scale and see if we can grow. So.
Oh yeah, these kids, they bring, my grandson, he brings his TV to his friend's house. He brings his whole big TV and everything to his friend's house for all that.
Update with regarding our activities and sports facilities. The city council wants to meet with our board on November 22nd as a working session following the board meeting. Just make sure that's on your calendar. Delta was at the high school on the 1st and they did a presentation to all 11th and all 12th grade students. And they felt it went really well, and I heard students talking about it. Staff thought that was a great thing as well. So a very nice community partnership right in our backyard. Safe school routes. They were here doing observation on drop off and pickup of students, and they're coming back towards the end of the month to take a look at our walkers and our pathways, and that's an ongoing thing that we're partnering with the city on as well. And so if you see people out there in vests and some signs out, that's the crew that's checking out our safe school routes. Schoology, today we had our first professional development group of about 8 of us, I'd say. We're in on it, and we did a 3.5 hour session that was informative and kind of helping us on how we're gonna teach the teachers and start taking next steps. We have the second version of that on Wednesday. And so eventually we'll have a calendar out, and hopefully in the very near future, on what that's gonna look like and how we're gonna move that forward. Any questions for me?
That HR thing must have been when I wasn't, I didn't know nothing about it. I'm kind of surprised, so can you just like backtrack and just tell me what happened?
Sure. When we looked at certain things that we're not compliant with when it comes to files and hiring practices and certain policies and handbooks, we felt it'd be important if we had someone help guide us in some of that work. Hibbing had previously posted for someone and to fill the same shoes, and they did not find somebody, and it was not a full-time ask. They felt if we were working together on this, we might find quality candidates because it would be around roughly a 70-30 split on the position. And we posted it and interviewed last week and had some quality candidates, and we extended an offer.
Anything else for Adrian? Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to item 7, correspondence, we have none. Item 8, the consent agenda. Item A is the payroll for the month of October 2021. Is a total of $616,722.04. Item B, accounts payable for the month of October 2021, $453,742.22. And item C is a motion to approve a resolution to accept donations. Now, figure this out. So what we'll do is we will take items A and B and do a voice vote for those two items on the consent agenda. Item C will be a separate resolution. I'll read the resolution and we'll take a separate vote on that. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the payrolls and accounts payable for the month of October 2021.
So made.
Motion by Shelley and support by Clarice. Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item C. Resolution number 21-11-08. Resolution accepting $75 donation from Steve Potts to support the Chisholm Schools Close-Up Project. Resolution accepting $30 donation from James and Jill Verchak to support Chisholm Public School Foundation in memory of Danny McLeod. Resolution accepting $180 donation from Stanley Kuberka to support the kindergarten milk program. And a resolution accepting $465 donation from Marie Rowe to support the PBIS initiative. Independent School District number 695 must accept the donations by way of a resolution. So I'm looking for a motion to support resolution number 21-11-08.
So made.
Motion by Clarice, is there a support?
Support. Me.
Danielle,
No.
okay. Okay, could we have a roll call, please, Lisa?
I have one question.
Okay,
Would I have to, because I'm on the school foundation board, is that something I have to abstain then? Because I'm on the school,
no,
okay.
no, because it's not beneficial to you.
It's no, certainly it's.
Yeah, you're giving money away, yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
you're okay. Roll call, please, Lisa.
Director Seaver,
Yes.
Director Rice,
Yes.
Director Crowdy Simon, Director Sauter,
Yes.
Director Laffey,
Yes.
Board Chair Rowan.
Yes, thank you, motion carries. Okay, moving on to the action agenda. Item A, under personnel. A motion to accept the resignation of Jennifer Varda as assistant volleyball coach effective October 30th, 2021. We have a motion.
So made.
Motion is by Clarice, is there support?
Support.
Support by Shelley. Any comments or questions?
No, I think we thank her for her 7 years.
I wonder if, it was the end of the season when she resigned, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, and maybe she'll come back. Who knows?
She did a great job.
Oh, she's fabulous, absolutely. Very good. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to accept the resignation of Jennifer Varda as assistant volleyball coach. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item B. Motion to approve the hiring of Lynette Kobush, student council advisor, effective November 4th, 2021. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion is by Shelley. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Danielle. Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item C, a motion to accept the resignation of Chantel McGlenow as a 30-hour per week Hibbing, 10-hour per week Chisholm Indian Homeschool Liaison effective November 4th, 2021. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion is by Clarice and the chair will support. Any comments or questions?
Was her training supposed to be done in Hibbing or was it to be done here?
What's that?
Oh, she was just saying due to the lack of training. Is that why she did that?
It was not training from here.
Oh, it wasn't, okay, I'm just curious.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept Chantel McGlenow's resignation. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item D is the motion to approve the posting of job number 178, Indian Homeschool Liaison, effective November 4th, 2021. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Support.
Motion is by Clarice and support by Shelley. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, this is still gonna be split, I mean. Okay.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, a motion to approve the posting of job number 179, internal, external, temporary high school afternoon custodian, effective November 9th, 2021. We have a motion. Motion by Shelley, is there support? Support by Cindy.
And this is for somebody who's out or, okay.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the posting of the internal, external high school temporary custodian. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item F is a motion to approve the hiring of Andrew Jugovich as volunteer 7th and 8th grade boys basketball coach effective November 6th, 2021. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion is by Clarice and the chair will support.
He's had the background checks and everything.
His background,
He's been helping all the games before. Yeah,
He still has to have a
Yeah,
background check.
but
He's
he
had
hasn't,
it.
he hasn't came in yet. So we just received the email, so.
okay,
He's gotta have the background check, so it'll be contingent upon all the background checks and all that coming back.
okay. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to hire Andrew Jugovich as a volunteer 7th and 8th grade boys basketball coach contingent on his background check. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to the business part of the action agenda. Item A is a motion to approve payment in the amount of $4,815 to Bethel University for Jennifer Fleming to become the coordinator of work-based learning for the Chisholm School District. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion by Shelley, is there a support?
Support.
Support by Cindy. Comments or questions?
Yeah, what is work-based learning? What is work-based learning?
Work-based learning is a program, well, would you like to address it? Or would you like me to?
I'll let you.
Okay.
Come on, Jen.
At this stage, he still knows more about it than I do.
Okay.
So, I'm new to this idea.
So it's great for community partnerships. It's good for students. It is a half-credit course that they take that teaches them about applying for a job, resume, letter of recommendation, what to do there, gives them some job skills. And then there's internships, and many of our students work. And you can earn up to 2 full credits of elective credits by having employer and employee agreements. And so when we have students that work at Delta, for example, it can actually provide some flexibility in their day because they can still be earning credits, which they need to graduate in the elective category. And so there's the 2 components where they have the coursework piece and then the field experience piece. The only way you can do this is when you have a licensed work-based learning teacher. So you have a seminar course, the internship, and it all falls under career and tech ed. And so we can actually leverage the position against the Perkins grant once we have a licensed person in it. And we are one of few schools that do not have that. And as part of the strategic plan, that was an area that was highlighted that we should be looking into various partnerships and kind of grow our own from within. And we had someone interested and I floated it out to a number of people, and I think it'd be great for kids and great for our school district.
So this would be available next year, next school year for the students?
It's my understanding.
My application is nearly complete at Bethel. I'm assuming it'll go through. I would start program in January and I'd be done in May. So yes, I would be
So it'd be-
licensed, and assuming nothing happens with the
Mhm.
slowdown at the state, I'd be licensed midsummer.
So it'll be eligible for next fall for the students. Perfect, nice.
And that's for high school credit.
Correct?
Okay. Okay, great. Any other questions? Okay, we have a motion and a second to hire Jennifer Fleming to become the coordinator of work-based learning for the Chisholm School District. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Item B under business is a motion to adopt the resolution regarding the memorandum of understanding between the Independent School District number 695 and its licensed teachers to waive the requirements for staff development contained in Minnesota Statute 122A.61. The resolution reads as follows. This memorandum serves as an agreement between Independent School District number 695 and its licensed teachers to waive the requirements for staff development contained in Minnesota Statute 122A.61. This agreement is approved by a majority vote of licensed teachers and a majority vote of the school board. It shall remain in full force and effect for the duration of this contract. So I am looking for a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding.
So made.
Motion is by Clarice, and the chair will support. Do we have a roll call, please, Lisa?
Director Seaver,
Yes.
Director Rice,
Yes.
Director Karati Simon, Director Sauter,
Yes.
Director Lapi,
Yes.
Board Chair Rana.
Yes. Resolution is approved, thank you.
Each contract, I mean, is it a new contract or, okay,
Yeah.
a new contract,
The new contract.
got it.
Okay, moving on then to item C is a motion to approve the dental rates of $39.30 for single and $92.20 for family with Northern Minnesota Dental, effective January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. Do we have a motion? Motion by Shelley, support by Danielle. Any comments or questions?
Looks like that's unchanged.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a change.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good deal. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the dental rates for 2022. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that ends the action portion of our agenda. Moving on to, there's no any discussion items. Under information, item A, we have the enrollment numbers, which Lisa is kind enough to do for us every meeting, so we have a good idea where we're at. And item B is IEA's OSHA COVID-19 vaccine requirements. And this is a hot button item. We now have a delay from the president. And so, Adrian, would you like to go over this?
Any employer that has 100+ people will have a requirement effective January 4th to have a vaccination plan in place for all of their members and or testing on a weekly basis paid by the employee. It's hung up in court right now. I didn't see any updates as of today, but the president put a January 4th deadline on it. If we choose to have IEA write the policy, I have a quote on that. MSBA has also come out with a policy where it's a blanket policy and you insert school district name in its place. That's all the information I have right now. I think this is any OSHA state plan that I got to you as soon as I had it, so you could review it.
Now, when we chatted about this, because I wanted a little more information, not all staff is vaccinated, and the reasoning behind not being vaccinated is none of our business, so they're gonna have to pay. I mean, what kind of test are we looking at? Did we get that answer yet? I mean, because what I'm hearing is it has to be a PCR, which could be up to $200 a week that they're gonna have to pay. We could potentially be looking at losing staff. Because that's a lot of money out of pocket for them to pay. I mean, can the schools get a discounted rate? Is there anything we can do to keep our staffing?
The only thing, and I think I shared it with everyone on the board, was the answer I got back from MSBA on the questions I asked. And basically, they said, more to come.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that the plan is solidified or entirely in place. I think I had 5 questions and I think she answered one of them.
Yeah, because nobody has the answers yet. I mean, this whole thing has been, nobody has answers. I mean, we even did a survey, we talked about doing a clinic. Did anything, I mean, now that you can vaccinate the young ones, I mean, I know Duluth set up clinics now in their schools for vaccinations on the young ones. I mean, how far do we go? What do we, you know, especially, right now it's on hold, I get that, but.
Well, and again, as I said before, when you have minor children, it's a parent's decision.
Well, of course, but.
And the point of it is the parents have to be responsible. For instance, you know, if your child's sick, don't send them to school, irregardless of what it is. So those that choose not to get vaccinated, I'll defend that right. That's their right. I have been vaccinated. I'm going for my booster next week. This week, I should say.
So what I'm saying, we asked about if they would want us to do a clinic and we had a larger amount say yes, then no.
Yeah.
So, I
An
mean,
informational clinic, wasn't it?
It was an informational clinic, and then
First, I think.
one, yeah,
No, we had
No, I
two
think
questions, we had
yeah.
information about COVID and that was voted no.
no, and then
And
it
then
was,
we
that's-
had,
that's-
yeah,
it was that we wanted them to have a vaccination clinic.
Mhm.
yeah, and they said
And
no.
they,
It was
no, they
about
said yes.
50-50.
Yeah, it was, yeah, it was right in the middle, kind of.
And then when we had, a local company reach out if we wanted to do a vaccination on site just for staff eligible. And we gave them the survey results and it was quite a large number. And they said it wasn't large enough for them to come and do it. So they said, here's how you make appointments.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, like Adrian says, more to come. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just,
Just open
It's-
that. What about
it's-
Heiserville coming out then? Does this? Yeah,
Just-
you know.
you know,
that's what we were talking about, this
I guess it is what it is. I hate saying that all the time, but that's the truth.
big for a spreader or something.
Oh,
And,
thank you.
I think we missed that.
That was an update that just happened. I was not trying to move on. Was there anything more about that?
no, it'll help to have more information so that we don't have stressed out employees that regardless, either way, I mean, we're seeing this across the board, though, it's not just our district, it's the mines, it's everywhere, so.
So the two grants that I had applied for earlier, the smaller grant we got approved on, a 50-50 matching, and that was for the salt and sand spreader, so that got approved. The scissor lift, I got a notification today, saying that we had more applicants than we had money, thanks, but no thanks. So, didn't get approved on that one, but, said if there's another round, please feel free to apply again. So,
Oh, okay,
so that was just
that's informational, yeah.
okay. Any other information from members? Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Shelley, support by Cindy. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. It is 5:50. Maybe when my eyes get better, I can see that clock